Have you ever heard the tale of the girl with hair as long as a winding river and as golden as the sun? This is the story of Rapunzel, a princess locked away from the world, and the journey that set her free. Once upon a time, in a house that overlooked an enchantress's beautiful garden, lived a couple who longed for a child. One day, the wife was gazing at the garden and saw a patch of the most delicious-looking Rapunzel. She craved it so much she knew she would fade away without it. Her loving husband, terrified of losing her, snuck into the garden at twilight to fetch some, but as he grabbed a handful, the enchantress appeared, her eyes blazing with fury. She accused him of theft, and in his terror he agreed to her demand. He could take all the Rapunzel he wanted, but in exchange he must give her the child his wife would soon bear. When a beautiful baby girl was born, the enchantress, named Mother Gothel, appeared and took her away. She named the child Rapunzel and locked her away in a tall, secluded tower in the forest. A tower with no door and no stairs, only a single window at the very top. Rapunzel grew into the most beautiful child under the sun, and her hair grew long, fine as spun gold. When Gothel wanted to enter the tower, she would stand beneath and cry out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me." Rapunzel would unpin her magnificent braided tresses, and they would cascade down to the ground for Gothel to climb. Years passed, and Rapunzel's only companion was the sound of her own voice, which she used to sing beautiful, lonely songs. One day, a prince was riding through the forest when he heard her enchanting melody. He was drawn to the tower but could find no way in. He returned every day, captivated by the beautiful singing. From his hiding place, he saw Mother Gothel arrive and heard her call, and watched in amazement as the golden ladder of hair descended. The next evening, the prince went to the tower and called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me." The hair fell, and he climbed. At first, Rapunzel was frightened, but the prince spoke to her gently, and soon they fell deeply in love. He asked her to be his wife, and she agreed. They made a plan for her escape. Each time he visited, he would bring a skein of silk, and she would weave a ladder. But one day Rapunzel forgot herself and said to Gothel, "You are so much heavier to pull up than the young prince." In a fit of rage, Gothel took a pair of shears and, snip, snap, she cut off Rapunzel's glorious braids. She then took Rapunzel to a desolate wilderness to fend for herself. That evening, the witch waited when the prince called. She let down the severed hair. He climbed only to find not his dearest Rapunzel, but the vengeful Gothel. "You will never see her again," she shrieked. In despair, the prince leaped from the tower and was blinded by the thorns below. For years he wandered, blind and heartbroken, calling out for his lost love. At last, he stumbled into the same wilderness where Rapunzel lived in misery with the twins she had borne. He heard a familiar, sweet voice and followed the sound. Rapunzel saw him, and they fell into each other's arms, weeping. As her tears of joy fell upon his face, they touched his eyes, and his sight was miraculously restored. He led her and their children back to his kingdom, where they were welcomed with great joy, and they lived happily ever after. Their love story became a testament to hope and perseverance. If you were captivated by their journey, please show your support by liking this video, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more enchanting fairy tales. Until next time, may your own stories be filled with magic.